chains, no rules, no safe words. This is Unbounded with Christopher Allen.
And welcome to the Unbounded podcast. This is the podcast with no chains, no rules, and no safe words. I am your host, Christopher Allen. Today's episode brought to you by J. Johnson Auto Care. Right now, any car service that you get at J. Johnson Auto Care that's over $50 is going to get you a free inside and out detailing job. I mean, I'm talking about vacuuming, wipe down, inside down, scrub down, whole car wash down, the whole 9 yards, everything you could ever want. They also have oil changes for between 10 and 15 bucks, just kind of depending on the car that you have. But you got to get there. 4942 Shelley Drive in Wilmington, North Carolina, J. Johnson Auto Care. You will not be disappointed. I know these folks personally. Now, first of all, there's a lot to unpack here. So settle in. It's going to be a good show. Today we're talking about confidence. And specifically, when does confidence cross that line into something unhealthy? Narcissism even. So we're going to discuss that. This is also, for my YouTube folks, this is the first time that this podcast is on video. So now you're seeing that I do in fact have a face for radio. But yeah, it's okay. We're going to make this work. So one other thing I wanted to note is we're doing a lot of things differently. We're trying a lot of things out, different sound techniques and things like that. We have this new mic. It's a Blue Yeti mic. And if you remember a few episodes back, we had Garrett on. He actually, through the graciousness of his big, beautiful heart, he and a buddy of mine chipped in to get this Blue Yeti mic. And it's awesome because we did hear that there were a lot of sound quality issues. You know, some folks sounded far away. So we're going to be trying it out with this thing. This is the cream of the crop. I'm so happy to have it. And I'm so glad that we have it. I couldn't be more excited. So let's get into the topic. Confidence. When does confidence cross over into something unhealthy? Conceited. Narcissism. I'm just going to speak from my personal experience and why. I'm going to take a swig of the drink here, because we're gonna be talking. Oh, this is also the first podcast I'm doing solo. No guest today. So let me know what you guys think of this format. Let me know in the comments section down below on YouTube. You can also email us, the Unbounded Podcast at yahoo.com. We do have an official email address. So, my personal experience, I wasn't always a confident guy. I really wasn't. I was bullied a lot as a kid. Coke bottle glasses, Steve Urkel, oh my God, did I do that? Ha ha, look at you. Told that I'd never amount to anything, and that stuff really stuck on me. And so for a lot of years, going through probably when I was after college, I mean, this stuff stuck with me for a while. So my confidence was shot up until probably about 2011, when I kind of just got some fucking in my system, really, and just decided, you know what, I want to be a different person. I don't want to hold on to all of this, and I want to be more confident. And my friends would tell me, Chris, you need to be more confident. You really need that. And so fast forward to my more recent life, and I've literally had people that I know tell me, Chris, you come across as a narcissist. So I think it's important that we define what narcissism is. First of all, pull this up on the phone, on the trusty Unbounded iPhone. Narcissism definition. Okay. So, all right, a disorder, Google says it is a disorder in which a person has an inflated sense of self-importance. Symptoms include an excessive need for admiration, disregard for others' feelings, and an inability to handle any criticism and a sense of entitlement. All right. Just speaking for myself, I really don't feel like I exhibit any of those. And I know you're going to say, oh my God, Christopher Allen, of course you would say that you don't exhibit any personality traits of a narcissist. That's what narcissists say. Look, I've always subscribed to the school of thought that I know myself better than anybody. There was a time that you could align a lot of those traits to me. Specifically, excessive need for admiration. Yes, that was me back in like high school. I needed to feel wanted. I remember even paying a guy $20 just to be friends with me. I did that. That was a thing that I did in public where people could see me. So, what else? Disregard for others. An inability to handle any criticism. Yeah, that was a bad one for me. It really was. God, if you said something bad about me, I would cut you out of my life. I would never speak to you again. I would like, we're not friends anymore. Gone, out of my life. As I've grown up and I've matured, I don't exhibit that anymore. So why am I confident? I feel like even though physically, as you YouTubers can see, I may not be Idris Elba. If I woke up one day as Idris Elba, that would be amazing. But that's not going to happen in the realistic world. So, I take pride in my inner confidence. The fact that I'm a good person, that I work hard, that I am a good friend, that I'm honest, I'm humble. I came from a pretty wealthy, well-off family. But you couldn't really tell just talking to me. I don't have that silver spoon in my mouth, as they say. So I'm confident because I have good people around me, and I know that I'm a good friend, and I do all these things, and I'm a shoulder to cry on, an ear to lean on. Somehow, some factions of my circle, past and present, have felt the need to say that that's narcissistic. I don't know. That's a matter of opinion. So what I did was last week I put out on social media for our Unbounded podcast, which you can find us on Instagram at the Unbounded Podcast. I put out a question: when does confidence go too far? And so I just want to read a few of these comments. None of them were. There was all good stuff. This was. I was really enlightened by a lot of things. One person says, "There's one line: confidence is when you persuade with actions to back up your words," and the other is where you force people to see it by making others value Okay, when I read that originally, it made sense. I'm not sure what that means, but okay. One person asked for clarification. Did you mean maybe the difference rather between cocky and confident? Cocky was the word I was trying to think of earlier. Between cocky and confident, because narcissism is a whole mental illness. Yes, it is. It is a mental illness that I do not have. That is another reason why I'm like, confidence for me, speaking just for me, it's not narcissistic. Because if you're talking mental illness, like, shit has gone really off the rails at that point. One person says it's straddling the line between cocky and confident. Call it cockfidence. Little word of the day for you. Cockfident. One person says there is definitely a fine line between being arrogant and being / acting confident. Arrogance and cockiness to me is loud and boisterous. It feels braggy, maybe even humble braggy. Confidence is more intuitive. It's showing instead of telling, for example. Okay, let's talk about the show and tell aspect. So for me, it just kind of depends on what you're telling. Yes, the deepest confidence is just showing it. If Kobe Bryant didn't go around saying, "I'm the greatest basketball player of all time. I'm so amazing. I'm Kobe Bryant. Look at me." He just went out on the court every night and he balled. He got buckets. He did his thing. And people were like, "Yo, Kobe's the GOAT. He's incredible." But he didn't scream and preach it from the mountaintops, "I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest." That would be arrogance. That would be cockiness. Bringing it back to me. I'm tying all of this to my own personal experience. So that's the hook here. As far as I can remember, I've never just screamed and shouted, "I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest." I typically say things like, in response to something that's been said to me. So for example, I'm a guy. There's another guy. Like, let's say two guys competing for the same girl. And one guy, he's whatever. Me, I'm me. I say to the girl, "Listen, I'm better than this guy because X, Y, Z." That to me, I don't see that as cocky, arrogant, narcissistic. I see that as me, and that's a pitch. To me, that's an explanation. Personally. There's more comments. It gets even better. Confidence, another person says, confidence is when you believe you can. God, this is so good. Confidence is when you believe you can do anything. Cockiness is when you have to make everyone else believe you can do anything. Let me read that again. Confidence is when you believe you can do anything. Cockiness is when you have to make everyone believe you can do anything. And that speaks to the whole screaming from the mountaintops aspect that I talked about. Yeah, spot on. I think that's spot on. And I also asked, I asked a follow-up question if they could provide examples of what they think that looks or sounds like. And this person said, "I would say if you have to brag about it for people to notice, then you're cocky. It's fine to say, 'I can help you with that,' or 'I can do that.' But if you say, 'I'm really awesome at that,' it's fine to say, 'I'm pretty good,' or 'I know how to.' But if you say, 'I'm the best,' or you have to put someone down to make yourself look good," which I do not dispute that I used to do that in the past. Chris, before like 2012, 2013 was terrible to be around. Just being honest. I'm surprised the people who are still friends with me because I was terrible. But admitting it is the first step to healing, right? But I'd say if you say I'm the best, or if you have to put someone down to make yourself look good, frankly, if you are the best at whatever, people will brag for you. Mic drop. Man, I mean, that's church on a Monday right there. If you didn't go to church yesterday, boy, you getting church here on the Unbounded podcast. I swear to God. So that makes sense to me. I love it. I do. I could not be in more agreement with that. So yeah, I definitely do appreciate the comments that we got. Do you guys like that? Do you guys like that interactivity, that we do? I think it's awesome. I'd love to get you guys involved with the show because it's unbounded. Like I said in the first show, we don't have an agenda, no chains, no rules, no safe words. We can talk about anything and we can do it our way. That's why I love this. This is not just me. This is you and I. This is all of us together. This is a community. It's a whole community out there. And I want you guys to be a part of it. So I definitely appreciate y'all so much sending in all your comments and all your love. And for the folks who I've had messages, just, with well wishes about the podcast, you're doing awesome. And As you can tell, we even got a little bit of an ad deal going on here with J. Johnson Auto Care. Hey, reach out to us, unboundedpodcast@yahoo.com. Email us. Let us know if you want to, kind of do a sponsor type of thing. We have a couple more announcements coming in the next few weeks with some content that we're going to be also doing some advertising for and generating new, fun, awesome content for you guys. So yeah, be confident. If you're going to be confident, just rock it. You don't have to look a certain way to be confident, because a lot of people feel confidence is outward appearances. Once I stopped believing that, and once I looked inward, I found my true confidence and my true voice. So if anybody out there is struggling with that, you are not alone. I struggled with it. It was super hard to get over, but you have to make a conscious decision in your mind that you're not going to allow yourself to think negatively about yourself. Every last one of us on planet Earth has something we can be proud of. And find that shit. Run with it. Be incredible. If you make your living sewing, be and feel that you're incredible at that. I do not believe there's anything wrong with feeling that you are incredible at anything. Whether it's sewing, whether it's basketball, whether it's being a boyfriend, whether it's being a husband or a father or a mother, be incredible. I see so much on these on different pages, like on parenting sites, in the comment section. You're an amazing mother, all the mothers are amazing. It's so much emotional support, and I love that. So let's not tear each other down by dispelling this fiction that saying and knowing that you're good at something is somehow wrong. It all depends on how you go about it. That's what speaks to that user's comment about humble brag. Yeah, there's a line. I'm not going to go out on the street and say with a t-shirt that says, I am incredible at XYZ, because that's just stupid. It's ridiculous. But for the sake of positivity and being able to lift yourself up and be in a positive mindset, and I think everyone watching this can agree that the world needs that more of a positive mindset than a negative. I think this world would be a much, much better place. And I'll leave you with that. And I definitely appreciate you checking out this episode of the Unbounded Podcast. Again, brought to you by J. Johnson Auto Care in Wilmington, 4942 Shelley Drive in Wilmington, North Carolina. Get yourself an inside and out detailing job, vacuum, wipe down, inside and out, the whole 9 yards when you spend $50 or more on any service, and $10 to $15 oil changes. You are not going to find that. Some of y'all's cars right now are struggling, because I hear them out there. Get your oil changed at J. Johnson's Auto Care. $10 to $15 depending on the make of the car? Come on. Too easy. Too easy, guys. Appreciate y'all listening, and we will catch you next week.